Dark Lord, The Rise of Darth Vader.
This is gonna be interesting.
That's the trilogy.
I'm gonna
Those
have to
are the
edit
three
that.
books
I don't
of
know
the
what the
trilogy.
hell
What
just
did
happened.
you just do?
I don't know. But
Do I need to say that again?
Yeah.
Alright. So, the 3 books that I have read. So I've read these 3 books, which these are the ones that cover Episode 3.
Okay.
It's Labyrinth of Evil, Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith, Dark Lord, The Rise of Darth Vader. Those are the 3 books.
Okay.
And Labyrinth of Evil has Grievous on the cover with Anakin.
You're right.
So we were both right. Because you said Anakin was on the cover. I said Grievous was on the cover.
Well, I'm going to actually say that was wrong because I was still not believing you in the Labyrinth of Evil being the prequel to the Revenge of the Sith.
I said I didn't say Labyrinth though. I said it was
Yeah,
like
no, you
Grasp
just said
or
there was
something.
another
I was like,
book.
no, there was a book with Grievous on the
Which
cover.
I was just arguing that
And you were like, no,
there's not a book at all.
there it was, and I've read all 3.
So you're right. There is a book, which I have read that one as well, which is a good book.
I can't figure out how to go back. So I was gonna look at the cover of
simple, right?
Revenge 3. Oh, Revenge 3. What'd you do?
You see that third dot?
Yeah.
Just slide up.
Okay, how do you go forward?
There's no going forward.
What?
No, my phone goes forward.
Watch.
You just click on your freaking
Watch.
thing.
Forward. Did you see that?
That's on literally Google.
Yeah,
No,
did you see
you're
that?
saying like, how do you go forward, as if like the phone goes forward.
Yeah, well I thought, oh. That's not right.
Like, am I wrong? He was like, phone forward.
Yeah, well I was just asking you if there was a way to go forward. If you had a way to go back, so simple as a swipe. And then, yeah, Darth Vader's the cover of the other 2. Because Darth Vader's on the cover of the first one, because it's Anakin. Right, it makes sense. But, with that being said, I've read all those, but we're not bringing those into it. You've read all 3 of those, right?
Haven't they?
Huh?
Haven't they changed the covers, though?
Oh, of the movies? Yeah.
Which, oh, by the way, did you see that I have them? I wish you had a VHS, because I have 4, 5, and 6 on VHS.
The special editions.
Special editions.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which means I think...
When they added in the director's cut footage with not so much CGI, but CGI.
Still CGI, yeah.
But not so
It was
much.
when, like, the explosions were, like, really green.
It's with the fixed... It's the fixed Emperor, so it's the right actor.
Yes. Well, no. He still only shows up in the episode 5.
No.
I do.
In those, he's the Emperor in all
Oh,
of
did
them.
they replace him in all
Yes.
the editions? Oh, okay.
Yes.
I didn't know that.
The special edition, the VHS release.
Which I'm glad, because I'm so happy to see
Right,
him as,
right.
like,
No, he's the
the
Emperor.
Emperor. 4, 5, 6, 1, 2,
It's
3.
the Emperor.
It's like, oh, it's beautiful. And then he's going to show up at 9. Like, I'm upset at how badly they're making the movies, but
why,
him showing up at 9
so why is it I'm
is
okay
gonna
with
be
that?
amazing.
Why is it... Okay, no, I know why I'm okay with it, and I'm not okay with the other. Okay, so I'm okay with that one, because it's logical. That kind of just fits what the Emperor should look like. It feels right, versus what the other weird witch crazy thing looked like.
Who are we talking about right now?
The original Emperor.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
The original Emperor? Wow! You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Ooh, look at that. You know?
Looks like an insane human being.
Which I think the new Emperor makes more sense. It fits the character better, I feel like.
I'm going to go ahead and switch this to time so we don't get confused again about how long things are actually running for.
Okay. Yeah, special editions basically just they're the ones I watched growing up.
Was it special editions?
Yeah.
That's also the one when Han shoots first, right? Or is that the one where they do the weird CGI that Greedo
Han doesn't
shoots
shoot first in the
Yeah,
special
okay,
edition.
you're right, because they were like, no, we can't make Han a bad guy like that. It's like, no, he clearly was. He was a scoundrel. He shot first and killed that guy because he knew what was coming.
Right.
Where now they're
Well,
like,
see,
no,
the
let's
thing
give
is-
him that weird CGI.
The thing
Dodge.
is, in editing, they did change the character, if you think about it. In editing, they kind of changed the character, because they took out the leave bitches with the hookers. Whenever they start to walk up, like, he's got 2 Twi'lek hookers, and he's like, leave bitches, or something like that, right?
I didn't watch that part. At least I don't remember that part.
Well, it was never in the movie.
No, I meant because I watched the behind the scenes of commentaries and all that. And I love that. That's my favorite part of the movie. So not seeing that, I don't remember that at all.
Dude, Bob Ross.
Painting
So,
with Bob Ross.
like, yeah, I'm glad they changed it. I'm glad, like, they changed the character slightly.
Do we need
It
a
doesn't
muffin
matter
this?
really. I don't know. It's nice music.
It is, but it's also his music specifically.
Oh.
I don't want to get in trouble for having him
Whatever.
on there. Yeah,
We'll see what happens.
you're right.
Sorry, Mom.
Maybe we'll get a warning or something. Either way, we're promoting him. Hey, he's a great.
And we're talking through
Netflix.
it.
Yeah, we're talking through it.
And we're talking through it the whole time.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what probably would
It's
pass?
parody law then,
Well, what would
right?
probably
In
be
a
better?
way.
No, what would
Or
probably be
fair right?
No, no,
Because
I
we're
don't-
changing the
I
subject.
don't think it's part of parody at that point. What would probably be better is if we
We
just
paid
give.
for the subscription.
No, what would probably
No,
be better
you don't
is
own
if
the
we freaking
music.
put like that Netflix is it's Netflix Bob Ross blah 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 gave like credits where credit is necessary.
Yeah.
That will get us out of any trouble because like
And then they can monetize our video.
yeah sure. I mean they can monetize this one video because I don't think we're gonna have anything else that's gonna
We'll give them 100%
not be
of what we
ours.
make off of this.
What?
And we can give them 100% of what we make off of this.
Nothing.
So, what were we talking about? Star
Okay,
Wars?
yes, Revenge of the Sith.
Huh?
Totally separate from that. Have
Yeah.
you seen Super Troopers 2?
No, I haven't.
Dude, good
Have you
movie.
seen
I
the
enjoyed
first
it.
one?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I
The
was
second one's really good.
I was excited for the second one, but I
I
didn't
do
go
have
see it.
I do have it.
Nice.
We should watch that one.
Yes, we should.
Yeah, we definitely.
Well, we need to because it's also like part of the Bear Thing show. We need to watch stuff that's
Yeah, to do.
pop culture, so we can do reviews on it. We watched Venom, which was
Yeah, and we never got around to
Yeah.
talking about it. That was basically
where
the
this all came from.
that was the spark. That was like
Yeah.
we watched Venom and we were like we felt so cheated by that movie. Like it was such
So
a piece
cheated.
of garbage crap movie
Like-
that we were like, let's make a podcast so we can tell everybody, tell the world how we feel. He to whom it may concern.
Out of all the characters to make,
It was
To make a
terrible.
movie about that, you could have been
PG.
he could have been badass. They could have done so many things, made such a great movie. Considering that they were like, yeah, it's supposed to be part of the Marvel universe, and then you put him in freaking L.A., nowhere close to Spider-Man. You have a new Spider-Man, Tom Holland, and they're like, well, well, he hasn't gotten involved with the symbiotes, so we're just gonna kind of do our own thing. I'm like, well, that's pointless. That whole thing was pointless. Then it was like, he can't shoot webs. But Eddie Brock shouldn't have gotten him until after Spider-Man. Which I'm usually not a stickler for, like, follow the comic book logical rules there. But, like, when you
If I'm not
completely
mistaken-
destroy a character.
If I'm not mistaken,
Give him
the
his whole
entire
thing.
motivation Venom had, right? Okay, so Eddie Brock had his motivation, which was that Peter Parker got me fired from my job. I hate that guy. I'm gonna beat him up, you know? And then,
I mean, it's his own fault. He was cheat. He was, what do you call it? When you make a story, but, like, exaggerate it.
oh yeah, he was fibbing. He was,
Yeah, whatever the word I'm looking for there is, that's essentially what he was doing. He was just like, because he would tell part of the truth and be like, this is the story, but then he'd like make it way more intense and way worse than what it actually was to sell.
yeah, I guess so. I thought. No, it's just there was one time that Peter Parker, yeah, they called him a fraud.
Yeah, because he was. Which, it still fits what I'm saying, because that's.
You think he really was a fraud?
I mean, he was telling the truth, but he was exaggerating the truth, like way beyond.
He was just
proportional.
telling the perspective that he saw from it.
No, he wasn't, because there was points where he was like, he even.
Are you talking about the movie?
No, I'm talking about the comics. Where at one point he was like, Peter's right in the sense that like he's like, yeah, I did lie. But he's like, but I lied to expose this criminal background, to expose this, expose that. He was like, because no one was gonna look at it if I only got like, this guy robbed a bank, but he's actually attached to all these other people, you know. And he was like, yeah, it's just a bank robbery. But no, if I expand upon it and make it bigger than it seems, then more things will get done.
Maybe you're right. I don't know. But either way,
Who knows?
so we'll go with that. I'll say you're right. We'll go with that. Eddie Brock was a fraud, but he was mad because Peter Parker ruined his career.
Yeah, ruined his career.
All right. Venom wanted Spider-Man because when he paired with him, he was like, "This is the perfect host."
Yeah, like it's like, oh my god, we are so
my
right
god,
together.
we're in sync. Like you and I.
Like, I can get stronger with you.
Yeah.
We can do so much in this.
Because
world.
he's already a superhero.
Yeah.
Like,
Dude, I just so happen to
the
pair with
1%.
This. Yeah, like, oh my god, let's do this.
This 0.000 because it's a superhero. So this, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
minuscule, like 1 in a 7, billion 1 in a 7.5 billion.
I mean, it depends. What is our number count? And then most heroes are only like the hundreds of thousands that we really have them. So yeah, you're pretty close. Probably 7 to 8 billion.
Heroes?
Yeah, no. 1 to 7 or 8. Because the number is either where you were saying or higher of how like low count there are of heroes.
Oh no! See, I was saying compared to take the whole Earth's population, you got a hero. It's a 1 in a 7.
That's what I was saying. 7 to 8. We have more than just 7.
Population of the world is 7.5 billion.
Hey Google, what is the population of the world?
The population of Earth was 7.53 billion.
Oh, you're right.
Oh,
Sure. I thought it was
7.53.
5.3 now. Ooh,
All
it's
right.
gone up a bit.
8. It has gone up, but you are right. I'm wrong. I'm entirely wrong with that. All right, so 1 to 7 billion.
What's the total?
1.73. Or 1.75.
What?
Or 7.5. Wow. I don't know.
You're so dyslexic.
Sorry. It's
I thought he said
7.5.
7.53.
It is 7.53 billion. I was just now trying to say it back, and I kept saying 1 for some freaking reason.
Because it's a 1 in 7.5.
Yeah, I'm still wanting to get the ratio.
It's the chances, the odds. The odds, because finding Peter Parker, 1 in 7.5 billion. Okay, now if we're going back in time when it was released, okay, the population's a little smaller.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter.
But still, going off current.
Going off of current, I mean, like the movie
so-
came out.
Yeah, good point. But so, like, his motivation, whenever all of a sudden Peter Parker was like, oh, nope, getting rid of you, he was like, oh, no, that's my host.
But then he found Eddie, which was also another 1% for him. Because Eddie, like normal humans, shouldn't have been able for him to just grab.
He was just a closer match. He was
Exactly.
just like, oh, okay, yeah, you're good.
Yeah, he wasn't the perfect match, but he was still like, hey, that's a percent chance. Like, that's low for me to be able to grab somebody off the street, essentially, who is
But-
good of enough match that would survive.
I figured it was more or less also that Venom inheriting what he did from Spider-Man as a symbiote was able to then beef up and make Eddie Brock that viable host.
I still don't think that's
You
how
see
that.
what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know, but I don't think that's how that would work. Like, he would still need a viable host. It wouldn't
Right.
just be because of all the things I've gathered, you are now a viable host.
Because that's how
all
he
the things
shot
that-
webs.
No, because all the things that he gathered at that point would actually make Eddie Brock less of a viable
Because
host.
Venom could then turn off Spidey sense.
Yeah. Which is weird. But anyways, the point is, what is the point? Well, why did we get on Spider-Man?
Someone brought it up.
We're talking about Revenge of the Sith.
You
all
brought
right?
up Venom. Oh, because, well, how we got on Spider-Man was we were talking about Venom.
And then you said something
And we
about
were
Stan
talking
Lee.
about, well, no, hold on, that was way earlier. Hold on. Let's take this step by step. We were talking about Venom. And before that, we were talking about how this whole thing got started because we were talking about getting Super Troopers.
Oh yeah, good.
After talking about getting Super Troopers was when we were like, yeah, that the whole movie review
Yeah,
thing is
we-
what
Yeah,
sparked
movie review,
the...
Venom.
There you go.
Sparked our
Yeah,
review.
we
There you go.
That's
So
what we're
then there
gonna
you
do.
go. Here was our like short little. We took a tangent. Are we going back to talk about
Yeah,
Star
we're
Wars
gonna go
now?
down-
Because it's
it's
Star
my
Wars
turn
Day.
to ask you a question.
All right. This time for episode 3.
Yeah.
I've read the books, but I'm just gonna be devil's advocate in movies only.
Yeah, but I don't know if I'm gonna go through the whole process that you did, where you explained the freaking movie.
Oh, I'll explain it.
That's dumb. Really, you're gonna answer your own questions?
Yeah.
about it?
Yeah.
I mean, you can. I wouldn't care.
No, but
But-
I'm. It's more fun if you ask
All right.
me.
Well,
or-
my first question.
I'd rather
is-
hear your opinions. I already know my opinion.
Yeah, but I want to know yours. So my first question is actually Michael can answer these too. So we start off
Yeah,
with
dude,
the
Revenge of the Sith.
word crawl, and we get told about what transpired between Clone Wars and it. We know that Anakin and Obi-Wan show up on Grievous's ship, which something hand, I forget what it's called, doesn't matter, and they start doing their stuff.
Wait. Is this when are we doing this like the other time? So I interrupt you when I want to expand
When you
on
want to
something.
say, when you expand on something, all right? So.
Oh right. So the space scene. Wow.
The spacing? Wow,
Yeah, the
that's
opening
that's it?
moment. The opening shot. The opening shot. Wow, lots of stuff on screen.
Oh yeah, there was so it took so long to get to the ship.
It was huge. It was a huge battle.
Yeah, which that
The-
was interesting to see.
It was beautiful. I'm not gonna lie. Looked good. crap, it sucks. 'Cause I actually do really like this movie.
Yeah, that's a good movie. It's probably the
It's
best
just
of the three.
not. It's also at the same time you have to think about how.
You don't have to
how
criticize
a
it.
battle
You
of
can
that.
boost it up if you want.
I'm just saying I have to play devil's advocate in this.
Yeah, that's fine.
So, with scenes like that, because of the movie we haven't talked about, Attack of the Clones.
Yeah, shit.
Scenes like that, and you just to this point, it doesn't actually feel like there's really none of the battles are like the battle because they're all just always epic.
Well,
They're always epic proportions the whole time. So like it doesn't have an actual like
I felt like they were doing
pacing.
it. I felt like they did it just simply because of the fact that they were like, well, we all know who Anakin becomes. We know he becomes Darth Vader. So it didn't feel like they needed to be like, because it almost felt like they were like, well, we can put as much as we want and show how much of a badass he is through all of this insane shit and like make the war seem more ridiculous than it needs to be because it's like, oh, he's gonna survive. So therefore, we make Darth Vader seem that much more of a badass because before he became Vader, he went through all hell. I mean, that's the way I looked at it. They just were like, let's just pop out shit. Because tomorrow is that's awesome. Alright, sorry, I interrupted you. Go ahead.
Oh no, I'm more interested in hearing your opinion. I'm just saying that it just made all the other it detracted from all the other battles.
Alright, fine. Then let's add Grievous. Let's go to Grievous because he's the
Well,
first
hold on. Now, yeah.
He's the first
All
one
right.
we get introduced to in this moment. I mean, no, we don't. We get introduced to Dooku, but still.
We're at Grievous. All right.
I bring you this alert during this.
He was the Force. That's funny. Did you see that? Even Chuck Norris jokes still survive. Alright, so Grievous. How did you feel about him? Like, just as a character coming in with you reading The Labyrinth of Evil, all
Yeah,
that
I don't
nonsense.
want to talk about the books though. Just
Yeah,
from
no,
the
I know,
movie-
but he's in the movie, so
just from the movie's perspective, it was really out of nowhere.
it felt like he was just...
It was really just,
like,
what the crap? Who is this guy?
Was
Why
he-
is everyone
was
acting like he
in
is important?
Episode 2?
No.
Okay, so yeah, no, my memory is right there. I didn't think he was, but I'm like, maybe
It
I'm
was
wrong.
definitely off-putting, but like they did very quickly I guess they established him in the title crawl.
Yeah, they did.
In the title crawl, they're like, "Hey, this guy's important," and so I was like, "Okay, well, I guess he's
I
important."
mean, he lasts for a long period of the movie.
I mean, like, yeah, but what? I don't know.
He didn't do anything.
It didn't really feel like
he lasted a while.
he's apparently just a really good general.
Because, like, I think we see him on first. Don't we see him on screen before we actually see?
But I
Dooku?
mean, he should. Oh, he kills Jedi. He can use lightsabers. That's
Yeah.
his thing, right? Like that's what makes him all of a sudden like a whoa, wait.
He's a badass.
He can fight against the Jedi, but oh wait, he can't use the Force. Oh well, that's
So how is he fighting against Jedi?
that's done.
How is he fighting against Jedi?
That's
He
done.
He can't use the Force, but he's trained by Dooku, which we see. And
No, we don't see the.
Well, we don't see him get trained.
Yeah,
I'm not saying.
I don't
that-
even think it's really referred to.
And it's just knowledge if you read the books. That you
That's what
have.
I'm
And
saying.
comics,
Like I don't.
and the
he's
newer
just
stuff.
he's just a dude that can attack, and oh, he can't use the Force. Well, okay, the Jedi are gonna beat him, and they do.
I mean, one. Because everyone else that fought him died. Based off what we're told.
What do you? I mean, yeah, okay. Well, he's killed a couple Jedi. He had 4 lightsabers.
Yeah.
He's killed at least 4 Jedi.
Yeah. He
Cool.
killed 4 Jedis.
Okay. What, younglings, Padawans? Who knows?
Who knows, honestly. Yeah, you're right. It could have been anybody.
Maybe his men killed them and he just picked them up
He just picked up lightsabers afterwards and was like, ha look what I can do.
because he controls armies. So
What,
I
dude?
don't feel like we're given anything that really establishes like, ooh, that guy. I mean,
Alright.
then he does go quote unquote toe to toe,
With Obi-Wan.
but really he doesn't go toe to toe because he runs away.
I mean...
Because that's like his immediate
His
thing was
reaction.
like, I got a spike thing, break the window, ha 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 ha
And
ha
I'm outta here.
ha.
I mean, even the fight with him and Obi-Wan.
I'm
is still
Dr.
the-
Eggman. And Dr.
Dude.
Eggman is not thought of as like
Dude,
an
what
actual
are you doing?
big deal.
Einstein.
Because Dr. Eggman always runs away. Yeah, well, he attacks, but he always loses and he runs away. He's not really... Sonic's way better.
Yeah, I mean...
So
okay.
he just turned into that guy, just where it's like, oh, okay, so he's really not that good, but he just runs away and he has a bunch of guys that follow him around.
I think-
Grievous.
I think it came down to, like, strong Jedis could fight him. Wow. Strong Jedis could fight him. I mean, it's never clarified. It's never clarified if that's the case. Because we have no clue what Jedis he killed, as you said earlier.
And he coughs. Why does he cough so much?
That's only explained in the
Is he
Clone
like a
Wars.
Churchill?
No, that's only explained in the Clone
But
Wars.
I don't even think
series.
Churchill coughed. I think I'm thinking of someone else.
I don't know who the hell you're thinking of. But,
That coughed?
yeah, that was a general that coughed all the
Oh,
time. Like, he had smoker lungs.
Maybe
But he was, I mean, all his organs still exist.
the guy from...
Because it wasn't even like he became a
Tombstone.
true, wait, what?
What's that guy from Tombstone coughed?
Oh,
He only had the organs that were
I'll be
needed
the
in order
Huckleberry.
to
That guy?
sustain his brain.
yeah, because he was a genius.
Wow, look at that tree.
That's all he needed. He had all the organs that would just keep his circulatory system in function.
That tree's intense, actually. Alright, so then let's move on. Next moment we really have is, of anything interesting at least, because they go through the whole process of running down the corridors to try to find Chancellor Palpatine, which the title scroll gives us that information. And
Yeah,
They run-
dude,
Could you
Chancellor's gone.
yeah, the
What
Chancellor.
the crap?
could you
The
imagine
Chancellor's
being, like,
gone.
After seeing the original Star Wars, and then you're gonna be
At this
Palpatine,
point- at
could
this
you
point in the
imagine,
movie,
like,
when
being
watching-
like picked for that.
I
And you're
mean,
like, oh man, I like I'm gonna at one point look like that.
and I'm gonna look like,
And
yeah. I'm
now
gonna-
I'm supposed to be the face of this guy.
Well, I think the beautiful part was that he was younger when he first played Sidious,
Oh yeah, when he
and
first
then
started.
he gets the age.
And
they're
now he's
like,
older,
Yeah,
and
they're
it
like, dude,
looks-
you're perfect still for Palpatine. And he's
Yeah.
like, all right, yeah, let's do this.
Yeah, no, he was the perfect age to play Palpatine. That was the perfect age to play him because it looked like a young Palpatine. Because Palpatine looked so old.
But it's beautiful.
Because they aged him.
And they did a good job with the makeup and all that jazz, and then like to have.
And I
him
mean,
come
well, he
back.
also had the deep wrinkles. The, like,
But I mean, they
ridiculous
show
amount
how
of
that
deep.
he gets that.
Yeah,
which was interesting in this movie.
lame.
It was interesting.
We're not there yet.
No, we're not. All right, so you have the droid run, or they run through and get trapped by the freaking shield screen.
Oh, R2-D2 saves the day.
Yeah, and R2D2 shows up and does.
But I wanted to say, at this point in the movie, by the time we've gotten to this point that they've been trapped, I've been thinking, I wonder what Jar Jar's doing.
Yeah, but why? He's in the Senate. All right, that's what he's been doing.
I wonder what he's doing right now.
Well, you don't even have to ask. It's like, oh,
I'm just
yeah,
thinking
Jar
about
Jar's
Jar
the
Jar.
senator.
I'm just thinking about Jar
But
Jar
you're
by
going
this
back.
point in
I
the
assume
movie.
you're going back to like when you first watched it, and you're just like, man, what's Jar Jar doing right now?
Mhm.
Like, my question is, why would you have cared? Like,
Here we are a couple
there's
minutes
so
in.
much action happening and so much nonsensical things.
They established the character and then just kind of like, oh.
Yeah, because like so much hate and flack got on him that they were just like, okay, we won't show him as much in the movies.
But see, that's the thing is, I really,
Honestly, if it was a different director, like right, in the
I
second
really
one,
don't believe George Lucas listens to the fans ever.
I don't think
I
He
think
does
the
it
second
always
guy-
for marketing.
The second guy could have come in and been like, what the hell am I
Oh,
supposed
he
to
does
do?
it
Yeah,
for
exactly.
He does it for marketing. So he did have to, in a sense, listen to fan feedback in that way.
Yeah,
because it's
'cause
like
if you
Jar
want-
Jar didn't sell.
I mean,
I guess the product didn't Jar Jar sell.
no, I
Didn't the
thought he
product do
sold.
well?
Yeah, I thought Jar Jar sold.
Like,
well.
come on. But because Lucas always goes with just money.
Yeah, but
How do I
like,
make the most money off of this thing that I made?
he didn't really add him in the second movie.
That one
either.
was really good.
It
Now
almost
let me
felt
make
like-
everything else for marketing's sake. That's really the whole point. Think about it. You know what an Ewok's called, right?
Yeah.
You know what a Pog's called,
Ah,
right? Isn't that what it was called, a Pog or whatever? The new creature,
I don't know.
the little.
Yeah.
Like,
Right? You know what those are called? Guess what? Never said in the movie.
You're talking about the little penguin things? Because I literally have no.
It's never said in the movie.
Which movie was that one?
Like the
No,
Ewoks,
Ewoks
aren't said
are in
in
six.
The Pogs, yeah.
Yeah, but Ewoks.
Ewoks
The
aren't
Pogs,
said in
Pogs are in
7.
8.
Are they in 8? I thought they were 7.
Chewie's playing with him.
Oh, okay, yeah, the penguin things. Penguin
Oh
things.
yeah.
The Pogs.
I don't know that.
How do you know their names? I didn't even know their names.
Marketing.
So you did care more about the market than I did there.
So you're saying they don't say they're
Yeah, no, they
Pogs
never
in the
said what the
movie?
Ewoks were, and they
They
don't
never
tell
said
you
what the
Pogs
Ewoks
are.
were. They never say what the Pogs were.
oh, like,
Dude, no, I just know, marketing, because that's also what got me with that. But I also just know a lot about Star Wars.
Random stuff in Star Wars.
Yeah, I think it's important to know all the characters.
It's not.
All of the characters.
No, it's not.
Every character in
Like,
every scene, because every
Phasma
one of them has a
book.
name.
Phasma has a book, and she is not an important character. She literally, basically died in the 7th movie, and somehow shows back up in the 8th.
Yeah, she's Phasma. She's Boba Fett. She's Boba Fett
They
too,
bring
bro.
Boba Fett.
Boba Fett too,
He
bro.
goes back Boba Fett, alright?
No,
Like, he
Boba
was
Fett too,
still
bro.
better, at least. He's a bounty hunter. What is she?
Boba Fett too, bro. But we're not talking about that. We're talking about 3.
Yeah, alright, so then why'd you bring up the Ewoks and all that
I was
nonsense?
just saying, got to give credit to marketing.
Alright, so R2-D2. How do you feel about him being as insane?
That's the thing, as I was saying with Jar Jar, like, George Lucas follows what makes money. So he just follows what's marketing. So I don't understand why Jar Jar was taken away.
This has nothing to do with the movie, though. That literally has only to do with the outside influence of the movie.
Because right now I'm thinking about Jar Jar. Alright, but
I'm
yeah,
not
so
talking
he
about
gets
Jar Jar.
captured, R2-D2 does his wacky stunts to save the day.
Okay, my question is, how do you
alright.
feel about freaking R2-D2 being more...
Some of it seems ridiculous, but whatever.
you just
Doesn't
accept
bother
it?
me.
Okay, cool. I'm
It's
just-
ridiculous, but it doesn't bother
Yeah,
me.
it's not over the top unnecessary.
I mean, like, you turn it into, like, what, the Scooby-Doo movie?
Yeah, essentially.
You know?
With
Like, you turn it into...
R2-D2 doing wacky ass shit, but he's smarter than Scooby.
Yeah,
So-
but like you turn it into like, oh, okay, yeah,
Alright.
that's R2. Okay.
So then we move
well,
on.
then so I guess he's not that good in the other movies, huh? I guess he's an old droid.
But in 1 and 2, he still isn't that amazing. He helps Anakin in 1. But like,
Does he?
yeah, he helps him guide it to do
Oh,
this.
right,
destroy that freaking shit.
because he's the droid.
Yeah.
He's helping pilot.
Which is where he found him on Naboo. So there's another representative from Naboo, alright? You got C-3PO.
Oh wow,
Or-
you're
or-
right.
or- sorry,
R2-D2's from
R2-D2.
Naboo.
Yeah, 'cause
Oh
when he
my
gets in the
God, you're
ship,
right.
R2-D2's just
Yeah.
in that ship.
Yeah, and he. Oh my God, that scene. We're not talking about 1. I'm not gonna talk about that scene. We're not talking about 1. We're talking about 3. But R2-D2, yeah, he's like a god tier character
He
now.
really is.
I accept it. Whatever. I just didn't like. Oh, that's episode 2. We're not talking
Yeah,
about episode 2.
fuck it.
All right,
Let's
episode
go.
3. No, he's just over the top.
He's
All right,
over the top ridiculous.
fine.
The only information
God.
you were given as to
He's a
why he's
god.
as ridiculous as he is in nothing but books and comics. Nothing else tells you why he's like, I can have all this and that, and let me do this. Only comics and books, and yeah, the TV show tells you why he's able to do anything he's doing. So let's move on.
All right.
We get to the Chancellor Palpatine scene. And I know I'm hopping, but we get to the Chancellor Palpatine scene where it's Obi-Wan and Anakin versus Dooku, who Dooku was established in the movies as kind of being a badass. Like, he fights Yoda, and it's not exactly explained that Yoda's the only one who should be able to fight him, but it is kind of given to the fact that, like, you have a master who fights him with his apprentice, who's actually a badass too, and they fail. And then Yoda shows up and is like, you're my apprentice, I will kick your ass kind of moment, and does. I think he basically just forces him to run. So then in a short little period, they fight each other again, Anakin and Obi-Wan and Dooku. Why such a drastic change in there? Like, did it feel like they pushed Anakin way further and just made him stronger in that scene? It's a very specific question. Or actually no, let's leave the specifics out. How do you feel about that scene? The whole Anakin, Obi-Wan, and Dooku fight. Well, that's dark. I didn't even do that. And he's not answering the question. He's just playing guitar. How do you feel about it, Michael? Since this guy's not going to answer questions anymore. He's just like, I'm not talking. It's just Star Wars.
What is it, the question?
The question is, how do you feel about the whole Anakin, Obi-Wan, and Dooku fight scene in the third movie? Because we had it the first time in the second one, and that was a very, like, disappointing scene. Because Yoda had to show up, and people got excited because we got to see Yoda do his flippity-flip crap.
Yeah.
And then we see them again fight him without any of that. It's just those two they have to win.
Yeah.
So, like, how do you feel about that whole moment?
Like, not so climactic.
It felt anticlimactic, right?
Yeah.
It was just a scene there that they threw in just to give you that, oh, they're redoing it!
Yeah.
It was like, well, maybe it'll go different. Well, it's like, they have to go different because it's either do or don't.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
it's like they're gonna die here. Or they save the Chancellor, which we already know he survives.
Yeah.
We know that Anakin survives and Obi-Wan survives. So in this scene, it's like, it's a pointless fight scene. Like, we know the only way it's gonna happen is either Dooku leaves because he's retreating, or he's gonna die. And you're just still playing guitar. I'm gonna nothing. I'm not gonna do anything because I like that guitar.
Well,
I have no clue what you're doing. Why are you doing this?
next sign out.
You're about to sign out?
Yeah.
bed, and since this guy is refusing to talk, we're gonna call it a night for now. And this was Revenge of the Sith, by the way, guys. Happy Cinco de Mayo!